Good morning, everybody. This is Lynna, and you're watching Lynna's life. And as promised, all those yawning, sorry, rebuttal videos to criticisms and things that my ex has been making against me, and just outright lies that he's been telling about me. And the reason that I put this fair use policy up is that under Title 17 U.S.C. 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, scholarship, and research. This is something that I have been told to put in every single one of the descriptions of the videos that I will be doing in the future. And I just wanted to get back to this rebuttal video, and it's on the video that my ex did called Beyond Obsession and Rage. Let's listen in.
Good morning, guys. This is beyond incredible. I'm trying to move on with my life. I'm trying to live my life. Forget about this individual.
Okay, first of all, I wanted to go on record to say that it was my desire to leave Mark back in Apache Junction in January and to leave on a good note, and to also cut them out of my life after I left. I was very specific, and I was very, very targeted in what I had to say with regards to, communication, being friends on Facebook, exchanging messages. I told this person that I thought that for a time it was going to be necessary to cut off all communication and just to let people go their own way. And he agreed at that time. She had not yet transitioned back, but had agreed and said, you know what, Lynna, I'm no longer angry at you. You proved a lot to me when you came back to me, even though I had transitioned and was living as Maritza.
But they just won't stop. I haven't been watching their videos, and they know that I haven't been watching their videos, so they're still trying to get my attention. So now they're reporting videos. I mean, this is like, I removed all the videos that they were in, right? Well, that's not enough. They want to...
Well, the reason that I'm reporting the videos is because they are just so offensive, not just to me, but to the overall LGBT. I will be doing a rebuttal video to that. Imagine that video that Maritza did.
Continue to get my attention. So now they're reporting the video. Let me show you here. This one, as the world turns, as having some sort of like personal information. Well, so you guys know the video is called As the World Turns, Our Own Telenovela, right?
See, even the title is just absolutely like one-sided, as if, he thinks that, this drama is some kind of a made-for-TV Mexican or Spanish soap opera. It's like, I said last week that things were going to start getting ugly because we were going to be going tit for tat. And, this person loves the fight, so they're all in.
Now, I believe that they are tagging that video, not because there's anything personal, because there's absolutely nothing personal in there. And I will show you what YouTube's guidance are. Let me go here, let me go here, YouTube privacy guidelines. You have to mention.
See, he's really good at skirting around things. And, he doesn't want to mention my name for obvious reasons. And he knows, how to dance around the rules at YouTube.
There's got to be qualifiers. Like, you have to put their address, their social security, their bank information, written somewhere, their legal name, their face. Let me go back. Let's see, what does uniquely identifier mean? There must be enough information on the video that allows others to recognize them. Know that just because you can identify yourself within the video doesn't mean so. There's nothing there. The video is just explaining things.
It's not explaining things. It's lying.
But they're just right things. Now. They're just reaching for straws.
No, I'm not reaching for straws at all. I am trying to correct your.
There's somebody that just wrote on one of my videos.
Absolute deceptive ways.
Somebody just wrote. There we go. Bear with me. I'm trying to find the picture that I just copied. Oh, actually, let me show you this right here as well, so that you don't believe that I'm just making this up, because I'm serious. I'm just tired. I'm living my life. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but they just...
No, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're hurting a lot of people, and you think you're doing it in love, but you're not. Just read 1 Corinthians 13 and let me know if you think that you're following that.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop whatsoever. This morning at 7:48, high transition radio show. This is notify you that you have received a privacy complaint from an individual regarding your content. And that's the video that I just showed you, right? So I'm trying to find. Okay, here it is. Let me also. Somebody just wrote on the video that I made last night. Maritza, just a heads up. Your ex wants to shut down your channel for hate speech and promoting dangerous remedies and cures, and he's inciting his followers to report your videos.
Yes, I am doing that. I am wanting to have your channel removed for hate speech, because that is what it is. And that is what it is doing. It is promoting dangerous remedies and cures. And yes, I am telling anyone, I don't know if I'm inciting, if that's the word, but the word is warning people and letting them know that they have the ability to do something about this menace.
This person that I was married to for 6 years has a lot of problems, has a lot of issues.
No, I don't. I don't have a lot of issues. Mark, you are the one projecting. You're the one with issues. You're the one with obvious narcissistic tendencies and narcissistic rage.
Explain those problems on the show that I did the other day.
No, that didn't explain who I am, Mark. That did not do one bit of justice to what I am at all, because I am not a raging narcissist. I am not some, sex-drawn AGPer that puts on clothes just to, get my own little kick sexually. And you know that. You know that I'm not that kind of person. You know that I am not that kind of person. Yet you create this narrative that says that I'm some kind of perverted freak that just walked away from my family and decided to play dress up and got caught up so much. I was so sexually gratified that I ended up transitioning and doing it, not just part-time, but full-time. No, and no. You just don't understand. And after having been with me for over 6 years, you would think that this person would have a clue. And they do. They have a clue. It's just that they don't want the truth to be known. They just want to push their narrative of pegging me as some perverted AGPer.
An AGP rage looks like, folks. They did it to Bailey. They did it to Blanchard.
No, I'm not a raging AGPer. See, the problem is that Mark is like the king or now queen of projection. You know, he or she or whatever they are is a master at gaslighting, has no conscience as to why they do what they do, and just feels absolutely entitled. Just look at their face. Look at how smug they are. Look at how set they are in their disposition. How, they want to just be right. Everyone else is wrong.
My ex is trying to do it to me.
Oh, yeah.
But my ex doesn't realize.
No, I'm not trying to be like Andrea James and what she did to Ray Blanchard or to Michael Bailey way back in the day. I am not doxing you. I am not seeking to be violent towards you. I am not doing anything at all other than calling you out for your lies. That's all I'm doing.
That there is a God above, and they cannot go against God's will.
Oh, I can't go against God's will. God's will is that you not lie. It doesn't say it in the Bible, but let me see. In first Lynna, it says, "Thou shalt be truthful," right? Thou shalt not lie. But you think that you're above the law.
The people that are supporting this person, do you realize what you're doing?
Of course,
you're egging on an individual that's not well.
Now they're condemning people that support me and see through this individual's dishonesty, abusive tendencies, because anyone who's ever followed our channel back in the day when we were together, I have been told so many times, Lynna, we saw you, how much pain you were in, sitting next to Mark, just cringing at some of the things that he said. And when you spoke, it was like if you went too long, he would kind of motion to you to shut up and to just, let him continue to blather on and speak because, he's the only one with wisdom. He's the only one with any kind of knowledge because it's his show, right?
Has not been well.
And I haven't been well. I mean, like I'm some kind of psychologically damaged person. Anybody who's seen my recent videos that I was doing when I first left this individual can realize that the weight of this person's just this person's personality and just having to live with this type of individual, such an overbearing, obsessive compulsive. I mean, we even argued, okay, this is how petty Maritza, Mark, whatever his name or her name is these days is. I mean, I have a Bible app on my phone, right? I have various versions of the Bible app with regards to books of the Bible. I mean, versions of the Bible. And it's basically just a Kindle kind of a Bible app, right? So you would download the New King James Version, the International Version, and the Message or whatever else version that there is out there, and use it for study and to compare scripture and to just do parallel studies of the Greek words and stuff that Bible scholars and people that study the Bible do, right? So I'm just being asked by Mark which version of the Bible that he should get for downloading onto his app on his phone. And I said, well, there's a number of versions available. I mean, they're not really that big of a file. You could download a few different ones. because not every time, you don't always want to read the King James Version with the thous and the, thy and thine and shall not and shalt, all that stuff. So he goes on and says, Lynna, I just want one. Just pick one. I don't want more than one. I'm like, hold on there. Settle down. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's a freaking Bible app. It's like, are we going to argue over this? Yeah, it's like, I'm not like you. I don't like to, I just want one version. And it's like, okay, then pick whatever version you want. I don't care. I have mine set up the way I like it. It works for me. If you want just one version of the Bible, then do it, But this person is just like over the top and overbearing. And that's just one of the things. If you grabbed like a spice out of the cabinet and you didn't put it back exactly how it was supposed to be put back, it was hell to pay. It was like, oh gosh, I can't have you in the kitchen. I mean, you just make a big mess.
And does not want to leave me alone. First it was because I stopped answering their emails.
No, see, that's wrong. That's so like incredibly not true, Mark. What ended up happening was I told you specifically, no communication, walk away, don't talk about me, I won't talk about you. He says I broke that confidence and that promise when I came out and said, I am just so happy to be gone. My life is unfolding and I'm being blessed and I'm just so happy that I'm not there with that individual anymore. And that was constituted as talking about him. No, it was referring to my past as compared to my present. But this individual thought that it was the permission to take the gloves off and to start talking about me publicly.
I'm not watching or playing their games anymore, but they have to continue. Now they're threatening and they're reporting videos.
I am reporting videos along with many other people, Mark Maritza, whatever your name is. I am doing so because you are posing a danger and are in violation of the terms of service and community guidelines at YouTube, and thus will be reported and cited for your hate speech.
Am I going to have to get an attorney?
Please do, if that's what you need to do.
My case.
If that's what you need to do.
Trying to do financial damage to me.
Oh my goodness, it's financial damage to a person that makes peanuts on this channel. I mean, this is not a career choice. And Mark Maritza, whatever their name is, they think that it's some kind of like journalism career or something. Like they're like Oprah, or they're like I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but we never made like enough money to make a living off of YouTube. And if you're going to be a YouTuber and describe yourself as a YouTuber, you might want to think about like the fact that you're making money on your channel. But I mean, it's like this person is like their head is way too big. They think that that, oh my gosh, I'm going to take away the $150 that they get a month or something. I don't know, whatever they get from YouTube for their videos and stuff. It's like, my goodness.
And then you're inciting violence with people towards me?
No, I am not inciting violence with people towards you. I don't know where you get off saying that. I would never incite violence against any other human being. And that includes you. Sometimes I feel differently about who you are, but, with regards to committing any violence towards you, oh my gosh, this is the person that would grab me and restrain me and would keep me from being able to be free from his grasp whenever he felt like, wanting to grab me when I was offended or bothered by him and wouldn't let me go. Is that a form of abuse? Is that a form of violence? Even if you don't hit somebody, that you would restrain them and keep them from having their own functionability as a human being?
Cease and desist.
No, it's not cis, it's cease. CEASE. And desist. DESIST.
Right now.
Oh, now he's bullying me. Right now. Lynna, you get back here right now. I mean, this is the same attitude that this person had of control and manipulation. And I'm supposed to be the one who had him as a pawn in my hands. I sought this individual out. It's like, it's so not true. I didn't seek this individual out initially at all. I wasn't some predator trans woman looking for validation and for some trans guy to manipulate. Simply not true. Oh, and by the way, all of the trans groups that I've ever visited were always led by trans men. So I don't know where he gets off saying that, everything's always controlled by trans women, but, a lot of the forums, they're not controlled by trans women, they're controlled by trans men. And that's fine. Taking that role of, alpha male and stuff like that they should take, then that's fine. I never wanted to be some kind of leader person like that.
I'm tired of getting all your little friends putting horrific comments on my video.
And they're not little friends. They're my friends. I mean, are your friends your big friends? Are your friends like legit and mine are like illegitimate? Because my friends are also good people. They see right through you. They see the lies, the manipulation, the years of abuse. They don't see you as a good person. I mean, let me go to a screenshot of something that was said, that was given to me the other day by a certain individual on YouTube. Made a comment and said, let's see here. Her name is Tracy. And Tracy stated this. I've gotten so many comments. Most of them have been good. I mean, there was one trolling one that was really they created a fake account and they started saying stuff. And I just deleted it. Oh, this Brianna person. All these videos, you two should go ahead and get back together. It's obvious you still love each other. It's like, how about no to that? Because that is seriously not true at all. I don't love this person in the least. I mean, they're nothing to me. Okay, this is the one that I wanted to share. Peanut Gallery here. If you need my help, oh wait, I live in Minneapolis and it's the third most populous metro area in the country for LGBT community members, and tomorrow's my day off. I think I will visit a few places and see what the people here think about Mark and his latest videos. And I will never call that bag of venom Maritza. Fool me once. This is a vengeful ex-husband slandering his ex-wife and anyone who tells him he's out of line for doing it. Mark is a narcissistic bully who is spewing dangerous misinformation. He is no different than Reverend Phelps and the Westboro Baptist Church. What's scary is he has people backing him up on his hateful rhetoric. I am all for free speech, but your right to use it ends when you are lying and attempting to defame the good character of Lynna Lopez. Go ahead and block me. I've heard enough to know that your channel should be unavailable. It's not fit for human consumption. And here's another example of Mark going behind, back doors to like sabotage people. And there's this person who was watching my live stream the other day, and Mark got wind of them having watched it, and he considered them, I guess, I don't know if he considered them their friend or something, and says, I am going to unfriend you and block. I don't appreciate people talking behind my back. Of course, this was a public live stream. It wasn't I did a live stream. It was public. The comments were public. Everything was public. There was nothing done behind Maritza or Mark or whatever their name is back. I have been nothing but kind to you. Okay, this person actually has been suffering with some kind of physical malady, which is a degeneration of the body and stuff like that. And they're dealing with a certain situation that, they're very concerned about. So, Mark, back in June, decided to offer his medical advice. And, it was not very good advice. It was dangerous because they were telling them to get off of painkillers, that, prescription drugs, and that, that eventually they weren't going to work. And they needed to look at holistic means and stuff. And Mark was talking about how he had the shoulder injury and he had like tackled it by holistic means and everything. But, always wants to paint themselves as having more knowledge and more anything than anybody else. And then in the process of all that, they were conversing, and someone else called them out and said, no, that's not how it is. And then he just got offended, and then a fight started. And because this person loves to fight, they find places to go and troll on the internet to go fight, right? So he says, my ex is a viper, Viper, I guess. A viper is Viper, but he's got problems spelling. My ex is a viper and a liar. She will get hers in the end. So now I'm getting cursed, right? It's like, she will get hers in the end. People like that always do. If you have something to say to me, say it to my face, not her wall. And this person is absolutely confrontational and said, no problem. I wish you well. Take care. When they offered the advice, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day. So it's just beyond. So anyway, here we go with this video again.
Videos. I'm not doing anything out of hate. I am educating, and there's two sides to every factor in life.
So Mark somehow, or Maritza, whatever, thinks that what they have to say is valid because everything has two sides in life. So if he wants to call down hellfire and brimstone on the LGBT community and talk about and shame people in the LGBT community and call them all a bunch of perverts and deviants and everything, that he has every right to do that nobody should lift up any kind of any type of disagreement with his assessment of the LGBT.
I'm spreading God's message. I am
no. God's message is not what you have. What you have is your own nasty, bigoted, legalistic, just destructive and hateful opinion. This individual is just, sometimes I just wonder what is in this person's head.
Allowing people to share their testimony on my channel. You don't have the right to do what you're doing.
I do have the
Go
right.
live your life. If you're so happy,
I am
why
happy.
are you continuing?
Because you
to
don't
bother me?
stop. You don't stop bothering
Please,
me.
for the love of God, leave me alone.
Well, please, for the love
Leave
of
me
God,
alone.
leave me alone. I mean, I wasn't the one who started this fire. It was you. I didn't embroil my family and my children and, you know, my kids and my ex, you know, nobody wrote on my blog about, you know, anything having to do with you. I haven't even touched my blog, but this person chooses to write a blog about, you know, including my children and my ex in it. I mean, it's like this individual just, they like to start fires like some kind of arsonist. You know, he's a psychological arsonist. That's what Mark is.
I don't know what other language. Déjame tranquila. Déjame. Leave me.
Believe me, the last thing I want to do is to get ensnared back into your lair of control and domination and manipulation. And like I said, I will never, ever, ever, ever see you as a woman. Never. Not because it's not that you're biologically, you know, with a certain body part, but because you were a man to me. And the way that you treated me, the way that you controlled me, the way that you manipulated me was very stereotypically male. It wasn't some, you know, man, you know, some other, you know, it wasn't a female that I was with. I wasn't with a female. I don't know how many times, you know. So for me, I will never see you as that. And it's not because I refuse to, it's because I know the difference.
Go live your life. The thing is, you can't.
Oh, I can. I can. And I will. And I have. And you don't know. You don't know what is in store. You're going to be so jealous. You're going to probably just be incensed because I am not going to look back at you and wish of anything. I'm going to go, thank God that moment is over. Those wasted 6 years, you know, minus the 3 months on the road with Gypsy Blue Nomads, where you were pretty cool, actually. You were actually pretty decent to live with at that time. And we made some great memories there. But other than those 3 months, you know, and a few other months in between, yeah, no.
Because either you're still in love with me,
Oh,
or
God.
you're
See, that's the narcissist. He literally thinks that there's a potential that I am still in love with this rotten to the core individual, in my eyes anyway, my opinion, this rotten to the core individual, this narcissistic, raging monster that I have, you know, had to deal with since, you know, my accident in various ways. I mean, the way he attacked me in 2018, the way, you know, he came at me and stuff. Oh, and I wanted to say a disclaimer. I will not be mentioning anyone in his family or any situation with regards to his past or anything like that, in honor of protecting the interests of any individual that would not want to be mentioned. So I will not be saying anything else about Mark's past or anything like that when it comes to talking about any certain family member. So I do apologize. And I did apologize for that. But yeah. No, I'm not in love with you. Please don't even I mean, I don't know what this person's so cocky.
rage that I don't validate you.
No, I don't. And see, and that's the thing. He's on this kick that I need to be validated. And it's like, I don't know what in the world he's smoking, if it's remains of the cannabis from, you know, from the time that we were together, where he got all obsessive about, you know, taking different forms of marijuana and, you know, for his workout, for, you know, for evening, for, I mean, he like, yeah. So he's the one, not me. He's the one.
Well, I'm sorry. I will never validate you, and I no longer want anything to do with you.
I don't want anything to do with you. And I've asked you to stay away from me. And I asked you kindly to just leave me out of your conversations. But it's like months go by and you just can't resist. You can't resist poking away and poking away to the point where it's like he tried to say something else to bait me, and then he got it. He got what he wanted. He got my attention when he mentioned my kids and my ex on his blog and on his videos and on his Facebook wall.
Leave me alone. All right, guys.
Yeah. So that is the end of my rebuttal for this video, and I hope that you guys found it to be, somewhat revealing, and that you would understand that this is the other side that Mark Maritza fails many times to present. And it's this arrogance, this grandstanding, this obviously malignant and very, very abrasive and very defensive person. So I'm going to shut this down, and thank you for watching.